Hey everybody, and welcome back to Midtown USA Forex. Pre-release testing here on a multiplayer server. And we've got some things figured out, as you can see. You watched the last bit of our stream yesterday. So we had some issues picking up bales. They've clearly been resolved. So that issue is now being corrected. And this is where I thought a cool little dirt path would be. Basically give a little shortcut between one road and the next. Kind of a nice little shortcut way of making your way over to western expansion of the map. Hey Will, hey Stephanie. Just trying to get some material stockpiled at certain farms. Going down a massive hill. Yeah, so when I saw that when I used that shortcut the other time, I was like, man, I bet you know, if I bought that field, if that was viable land, I might paint in a dirt road there just so it wasn't like I'm driving over the grass all the time. Tonight we're going to be doing some forage harvesting. We're going to be testing the biogas plant, making sure that we can tip into all of the bunkers well, none of them spill out the backs, and that we can push right on up to the back walls, side walls, and everything. Then depending on how far we get, we just might work on making some pre-compost. Test those bunkers out. Rubber burners in the house. What's up? What's up, buddy? Yeah, you definitely want to put it in low range going down that hill. Reminds me of a story. Drive a Super H when I was a kid, and you know, usually you can put it in low gear and engine brake down hills. Well, not with that tractor. There was no engine braking with that tractor. There was just certain hills you did not drive down if you had something heavy behind you. It would shove you down that hill. Those brakes would not hold. Something I found out, this barn is massive on the inside. It is absolutely perfect for storing bales, even with this huge stacker. It comes nowhere as close to hitting the roof. Got something tall, big you want to store in here, barn is perfect for it. Wasn't the best job there, but okay. Hey Jimmy, what's up? super early or super late for you. Hey Isaac, what's up? Oh, good.
And by the PGA.
We'll be here for you when you get your internet back. All right, I'm bringing a Kloss up here. Dropped in the bale trailer on. What do we need to get?
I think
Chopper.
I got a chopper up here.
Okay. Another trailer.
I got 2 trailers. I brought another one.
All right.
2 trailers.
Could be good.
Should be. I'm dumping the first load now.
Hey, Corp Nut. Brian, how you doing? Does Brian also go by LTM? With the little avatar, and I think I've seen that before. Hey, Claude, what's up? PA is right over that hill, actually. Whoa. This is so cool. So we've got like a incinerator here to produce energy. Then we've got a little substation, then connected up to the lines for distribution. $100,000 miles. Great. Here we are at Liz Gas. Liz Gas.
People are already lighting off fireworks here.
Yeah, same here. I got 2 dogs laying on my feet.
Poor guys.
So, included with the BGA, you get a loader that you can use. But you may notice, we own the loader now, or is it one of the magical things you can use but you don't actually own? Thanks for the super chat, Jimmy. Yeah, you notice we don't own a loader. Sure do have one. Back through this total. Slowly, you'll see we do not own a loader. You can use it. It is a staple of CCS 101's work.
So these bunkers south of 33 down here, I guess, are those the compost ones?
Yep, those are compostable.
Gotcha.
Is there anything here at the biogas plant, or is everything down there by the field?
Equipment-wise?
Yeah.
The only thing left in the shed is the wheel loader.
All right. So this is where you dump. This is pretty cool setup.
I like the sell point there in the BGA. It's kind of
Come
nice.
in here and you dump. Of course, we've got the 3
Couldn't use a
bunkers.
tipper, really. At least not a tilt back.
Alright, I did a headland on 420 and then hard helper finished it all with wood products.
Alright, come on with the trailer. Oh, the incinerator pays well for this. That'd be auto save kicking in. And I guess those are some, at least one usable silo. Also over here. Hey, Genetic, what's up?
So far, so good. Nothing bleeding through the back.
So something else that's interesting is you get a free demo tractor over at the shop to make use of, but you can only get it when the shop's open. Keep it inside. That's kind of cool. Huh. Oh, little buddy, you can... What's wrong with you? Oh, it's not so good. Or not. It is indeed. He goes AWOL for close to a year, and then poof, he's back.
So far, the field size is nice. It's not too big. I mean, it's big, but it's 4x, but it's manageable.
There are no Nebraska lands.
Yeah.
Whereas Nebraska lands is all lots. I mean, there's most of the map is farmland.
Yes.
There's a lot of decorative land here. Non-farmland. They have Darren just standing there doing nothing.
Oh, I was just picking up something to flatten out the poker. Or you have something.
There should be a wheel loader in one of the sheds right down there.
What do you want to run, the forage harvester? Or I'll run the forage harvester. You want to run a trailer?
Oh, I don't care. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Never floats your boat.
We have another tractor and trailer sitting around.
There's a glass over there. Fence. The trailer.
I mean, I'll compact if you guys want. I don't care. Forage harvesters. Well, if we do it as we go, then we ain't gotta spend an hour driving up it. Because this little helper, he's just running the forage harvester like a champ.
While we're waiting, see some other interesting things. So this is the demo tractor that you get to make use of down at the shop. Drive it around. So when the shop's closed, it's stuck inside. Then there's also, look at here, get a little old Fiat. Where on earth are we at? That didn't help.
90. I'll finish the row and then go dump.
You're in town somewhere. So we get a little Fiat we can play with. Again, we don't own it. Can't get rid of it. But up here just south of 13. Another little treat. Go boys in the house. Somebody else that has been AWOL for, gosh, how long? How you doing, Doughboy? How's the health holding out? So, let me move my little logo. So I'll put a frame counter up here. As you might expect with a big and highly detailed map, frames will vary greatly depending on where you are, depending on what you're looking at. But what's interesting is you'll see that my GPU is not at 100%. So I don't know what the deal is with that. That's a Giants thing as far as I can tell. Completely not fully utilizing the horsepower that is always available. Is that what they were, is that what the ultimate conclusion was? Some sort of concussion?
Just want to alternate each bunk.
Yeah, well, I wanted to kind of put stuff in each just to make sure they were all good. It looks like they're filling full. I know each one of those will take 2 million. Back when I did the test. This is a 2080 Super. We are also playing at 1440p and streaming at 1440p with everything turned max. So
yeah, I really like the redump silage. It's nice.
So while it is sub 60, it's smooth. So it's coming across, it should be coming across very smooth.
Oops, got too close. Be full?
Full enough. Yeah.
I got a little too close.
Hey, Scooter's Workbench. How you doing tonight? Now we are using a lot of RAM. 15 gigs. So if you only have 16 gigs, well, might run into other issues. Oh yeah, 1080 would be higher for sure. And I'm just checking the bunkers for bleed through and that we can push compact, or not compacted, but tip all the way up to the sides. You know, we've seen maps where the bunkers, yeah, they kind of do a pyramid thing with them, and that's clearly not what we want. But yeah, it's sometimes I'll see it use a lot more of the CPU, and other times I won't.
I guess we'll find out how many redneck neighbors I have. Would be like, honey, let me have some hand gel. I'm getting ready to light off this M80.
Oh man, I'm dreading. Oh, I work tomorrow on 4th of July. I'm dreading it.
We're gonna set some off apparently in the circle.
Yeah, somebody's gonna blow up something tomorrow.
I like to think we're a little intelligent about it. Typically use a candle lighter. Light, move away. Wait till she's all done. We don't clean up the spent ones until probably 3 or 4 fireworks later. make sure. Then I take it and dump it in a water bucket.
Yeah. I haven't lit them in a few years. I used to do a lot. Just haven't really attended any functions lately. But I had a remote one. Little wire with the battery pack. Worked great.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I only paid like 20-something bucks on Amazon for it. You could hook up like 3 or 4 and then just hit the button. Worked pretty good. I still got it somewhere.
We're gonna get a lot of corn off this one. A lot of chafing going on here. Need some cream later. Alright, later there, boy. Thanks for dropping by. And apparently, I haven't looked for myself, but I've heard rumors that Giants website now talks about the Giants engine being compatible with Xbox One X or whatever the next one is, and PlayStation 5. So that seems to indicate that we're going to have Giants engine for the next release at least. It's how long can you milk that pony before, well, she's plumb give out? I mean, games like SnowRunner that are running on, I guess, the Havoc engine, they look very pretty. They look very pretty. But I don't know. I just don't feel like I want SnowRunner dirt in Farm Sim. I don't think I'd be really into it if I was just struggling with pairing up fields and putting
for the sake of
huge
time, we
grooves
could get
into Farm
another
Sim.
trailer and tractor and then another chopper, put them both on helper. All 3 of us can just haul.
You know, other games like ATS looks absolutely stunning, but they only have to model a little bit of the land of the area around the road, so it's not really a full open world. SnowRunner is a full open world. I mean, even though you're seeing numbers here in the 30s, 40s while we're down here in this particular area of the map, it's smooth. It's not rough. Get the Crone with it, with the BGA.
Yeah. Yeah, the Crone, one of the JCBs, and then the Crone tipper and the front loader all come with the full. He's like, yep, buy another chop.
No, no, I wouldn't say necessarily that, Adam. I mean, I can definitely tell on this monitor that's 1440 at
These bunkers, this is it Rockhound?
144 hertz. Yeah, those are Rockhounds. Superior bunkers. I suppose we're going to tell us a story about the light switch. We did. So, you know, I can tell because of the monitor, it's just normal 120, 140 hertz refresh. Even when it's running 60, I can tell. A game that's running 60 versus 120. Like when I do this, or do this, or even I'm driving down a, whoops, what happened? If I'm driving, down a road, reading the road signs that drive by, at 60 it's not as clear as if it was, say, 120. I think there's a workshop trigger in that shed over there. Is there a workshop trigger in that shed down there? Looks like it. Either that or a soda engine. Now, Farm Sim, I think, in most games for console, the way I understand it, do run at 30. That's pretty cool. We got workshop triggers all over the place. How about 90?
You're with hired helper.
Got Kloss down here at the BGA. That should pull a trailer I just bought.
Did I tell you we got a new ice cream place in town?
No.
Yeah, it's good. They serve the Hershey's brand ice cream.
Awesome. I got one in my town that opened up last year that serves the same thing.
It's pretty good ice cream. They also have like soft serve, and they do, they call them Louisiana style snowballs, shaved ice kind of stuff. And like last week they started doing those candied almonds and pecans and stuff. And they got all kinds of junk I don't need to eat.
Sounds like a Get Fat store.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I was talking to the owner the other day. They got all kinds of plans. I think they're gonna start carrying like Nathan's brand hot dogs and all different kinds of stuff.
I remember having that frozen yogurt craze of the 90s.
I remember the first time I went to TCBY as a kid.
Had a town I lived in had a yogurt shop. I don't remember that. Hanging out. Kind of sweet with the yogurt scooper chicks. There's always a plan.
In the hospital, there's a robot yogurt machine. You can get frozen yogurt. It's like a robot arm that serve you. It's a vending machine. It's a hospital. We have the worst stuff. You know, you got soda machines, you know, candy vending machines.
Quick food, quick,
Nothing.
quick something.
Yep. It's profitable. Healthy food doesn't make money.
Quick energy.
I'm about full down here.
Oh, later, genetic.
Liz Gas. Will, if you're watching, you did a great job on the PGA, man. It's awesome.
Oh, we made it. Now we don't have to crowd the harvester.
Is there a PGA extension for, like there was in 17?
Yeah, I think there is. So I don't think it works the same way. I think it just limits how much you can sell, basically make at the PGA on any given day. Helper up here is in pink. Will says, most excellent comment, Raz. Yeah, we haven't even talked much about the apples and the flour mill yet. Of course, we have the pre-compost, the compost. We've got alfalfa we need to do.
An idea here.
This is where you would be selling your silage. No leakage out the back. I like those baked potato chips.
I'll run to the field available.
Roger, Dodger. Yeah, I posted in Discord that Audible thing, Nut Jobs. That is a really interesting listen so far. That really ag theft is a big deal in the California Central Valley, and like people will show up, like this group of thieves will contract out with a private owner operator trucker with legit looking paperwork to go to Farm A, hook up to a trailer, let's say a load of almonds, and its destination is the Port of Los Angeles. So the farmer, is expecting a truck to show up. Truck shows up, has the paperwork, hooks the trailer, drives off. At some point on the way to the Port of Los Angeles, the driver gets a call from the company that hired him, air quotes, and they're like, hey, we want to redirect you to this other location instead, and we're going to pay $1,000 extra bucks in cash to just drop the trailer off at this spot. So of course the owner operator's like, oh, great to me. And then a couple days later, farmer gets a call, basically asking about the load because it never showed up. So 3 or 4, maybe 5 days go by before anyone realizes that this load of almonds, which might be $300,000 or $400,000 worth of product, is missing. And they're bulk almonds in giant pallet containers.
There's no way of tracking it at all.
Right. 5 days goes by. They're on the other side of the world by then. Because apparently nuts are big business. So it's so far it's basically this Australian reporter like doing interviews with all of these inspectors and investigators, trying to figure out what's going on and try to figure out how they're doing it. I don't know if they ever really cracked it. I think.
Was it a free book or one you bought?
It was included at, I think, maybe the June originals. Now they're doing that free stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out then.
I don't know, I got it.
Oh, it might be too late.
Seems like I picked it up just like a week and a half ago. And then all of a sudden today I got that July email. So I don't know. I just never did the June one. What it was.
Yeah, I got one saying 2 books for 1 credit. You have to pick from a list of books.
That's two for sale.
2 for. I just noticed the workshop over here. It's a functioning workshop.
In that shed?
Yep.
Talking about workshop trigger in the head.
It can't be owned though, right?
It's good. You don't buy it.
Gears are turning.
So Will wanted me to post a question. Right now, the big water tower. That big water tower. South of field 7, I guess. Here by the BGA. It does not have a water trigger like it did in 17. So, curious what the overall consensus was as to if he should add a water trigger to it or if it doesn't really matter.
I'd say it doesn't matter. I mean, I'd say 99% of people are going to put a trigger on their farm.
So, what do y'all think in chat? I'm thinking
Not
from
to
a...
mention, in the real world, would you pull up to the water tower and fill up your tanker?
That's what I'm thinking. Bill says he'd have it hooked up to a meter or something like that.
Well, Rez, I think that depends. If you have an old pickup truck with a tarp in the back and you got 3 teeth in your head, you might go in there and fill it up for a pool.
Oh, see, there's a place not far from me where they bring giant tanker trailers, and they fill up these water tankers right on the side of this mountain. There's a spring. I don't know how many years ago someone drove pipe into the side of this mountain, and there's a little pull off on the side of the road, and people just fill up their water tankers, and I guarantee you they sell it, and it doesn't belong to anybody. There's nobody that owns it. It's just somebody tapped a spring and now it's pouring out the side of a mountain.
Hey Shane, what's up? Isn't it good?
Oh yeah, I mean I filled a water jug up there before. I mean, it's ice cold, crystal clear, mountain spring water, and I guarantee you the big tankers, I mean, you know, giant tanker trailers are sitting there filling up for hours. And then you'll have like these old boys with old farm trucks with, you know, big IBC containers filling up, and I guarantee you they're selling that stuff, bottling it as spring water. It's right in the corner of East Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky, right there in that corner. I was looking at a hunting lease years ago, and a buddy of mine took me by up there, and he's like, "You gotta see this."
Well, that's the part of Virginia that just goes west forever.
We used to have a spring like that about 5 miles from here. It's just a natural spring. It was like a little basement dugout.
Hey, Geeky
And
friend,
you
what's up?
could go in there and fill up your water jugs and all that stuff, but people, of course, ruined it. They were dumping trash down there and lighting fires and doing all kinds of stupid crap. So the owners filled it all in with dirt, covered it up. Had a little gravel drive down to it. Anybody, they didn't charge you a dime. Anybody could go down there and get like fresh spring water all day long. Some stupid people ruined it.
Oh yeah. You're gonna do stupid stuff. You know, like go and do stupid stuff, and then states that don't have massive infections all suddenly stop opening. Little crybaby governors that are scared they might have 3 more people get sick, so then they stop opening it up because people in other states are doing stupid stuff. Yeah, not bitter. No, more like, what are those super sour head? More like a sour head candy.
Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
Well, good grief, you imagine my embarrassment. I mumbled bad enough, and then I got to put on a mask. I'm going with the total.
I'm in a unique position. I wear them at work all the time, so it doesn't really bother me, but I've worn them every day for 12 years, so. I mean, you kind of get used to it. I can see the frustration.
You're talking to your child that finally gets to go to the orthodontist. Go, oh, baby, the rest of your life you're wearing a mask. I don't see the point in getting your teeth fixed.
Yeah, around here, it's none of the restaurants or any of the service-based stuff. They can't find employees. Nobody wants to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine for folks that don't have panic attacks wearing one.
Yeah.
For those folks, it's like you could do nothing. Or you get dirty looks, like, what the hell's your problem? Yeah, I told folks, it's like, don't work, because they're like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, let's pretend that you are deathly paranoid of the spiders, generally. So you can sit in your office and you don't have to worry about spiders. But if you need to go to the restroom, here's this spider I need you to hold in your hand while you go to the restroom. And you have to hold that spider until you come back to your office. Or if you're going to go to your car, you need to hold this spider in your hand until you get there. And then you don't have to hold it anymore. So, do that. Does that sound appropriate to you? Person who's terrified of spiders? Yeah, well, we're just encouraging germaphobes.
I just always look at things as precedent. We're setting precedent for just really bad behavior for the next time something happens. It's just. I mean, how many years you guys have been around for a while? I mean, how often do you get these virus scares? It's like every couple years they're like, oh, there's another virus. Are you gonna shut down the economy every time something pops up?
Poor people need to eat mud.
Alright, just be honest. That's the problem. Politicians they can't be honest. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't tell people the truth. And the truth is they can't keep you safe. There's nothing they can do that's going to keep you safe. Absolutely nothing.
Anything.
Because 30% of us are just plain stupid.
And the government doesn't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that they can't keep you safe. But I mean, really all you can do is isolate the people that are at risk of dying. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but it's forever isolated. It's not
Yeah,
gonna
it's-
vanish. Like
Well, I
one way
think
goes away.
I think it should be a personal choice.
I mean, now what they're having parties to see who gets the cash prize for catching it first.
Yeah, I think it's... Everybody talks about the infirm and, oh, we need to keep Granny safe in the nursing home and all that stuff. But what if Granny doesn't want to be isolated? What if Granny's okay with, well, if I get sick, I die, but I still want to see my grandkids, you know? Isn't that her choice to make? That's my opinion. All this government mandated keep people safe crap.
Yeah, got something going on in my right wrist, right forearm. I don't know what it is. Been acting up for probably a year, and just got progressively worse probably over the last months. But can't go anywhere to get looked at.
I hope this is an eye-opening experience for why the government shouldn't be involved in your healthcare. Just for anybody that's paying attention.
Oh, those gates! I love the gates where you can just drive straight at them at full speed and they're open.
Yeah, they're quick enough, aren't they? They're not quite. Don't give Will any ideas. He'll slow them down now.
How close are you to being full, David?
50.
I'm at 75, Klein.
So I got sidetracked with that Discord link I put in there. That is to our Discord. Anybody that wants to click, free. We have a few interesting characters in there.
I really like this map. I like it.
You never had the opportunity to mess with it in 17?
No, I didn't really. I mean, I think I downloaded it once and kind of drove around, but
I think I downloaded it and stole some parts out of the Willow River.
but I'm not thinking single player. I'm thinking like multiplayer. Especially down here by the BGA. I kind of like this area.
We won't be streaming tomorrow night. We're doing July 4th celebrations. And obviously, if we're going to be doing fireworks, we need to wait till it gets dark. And around these parts, it doesn't get dark until a little after 9. So, won't be streaming tomorrow. Take the day off. Feel free to enjoy the evening. But on a plus side, I would like to wish both of you and everyone else watching safe and sane July 4th. Sane as we can be in these insane times. Spent the day. Mowed the grass, cleaned up a little bit before it got super hot. We set up one of those rubber pools in the backyard. The backyard that doesn't have a square foot of flat. Then since we have a giant behemoth dog, I told the wife, you put the pool in the backyard, that's where you leave the dog. Giant dog's just going to destroy the pool in 3 seconds. So she's like, we'll put one of those fences. Like, what fence? One of those, like, orange construction fences. Like, are you crazy? She's dead set on it. So went to Lowe's and got a whole bunch of metal posts. Post driver thing, you slam down on it. And 100 feet of little of orange construction fence. And that was my afternoon. Putting fence around it. Trying to weave orange construction fence down on the posts. Keep a 110-pound lab out of it.
I had a much more relaxing day. Went to my in-laws' place, fed and watered the goats.
Goats?
Yeah, they've got 5 goats that keep on the side of this hill.
Milk them?
Nope, they just keep them. They just keep them there to keep all the brush and everything down from growing up.
Are they cashmere goats?
I just call them. I don't even know what kind of goats they are. They're pretty decent size. Next time I'm out there, I'll take a picture. One of them's got like a big old set of horns. It's pretty cool. And then, so we went, took care of the goats. It was funny because you feed them and the little one gets right inside the feed trough and stands there. And then eventually the bigger one, the big dad, he pushes them out. And we went and had ice cream. And we went and got pizza. The oldest boy and I watched a movie. It was pretty good.
Hey, Jared, what's up? Oh, what movie?
2012. He likes disaster movies. He's big into, like, we watched The Core the other day. Gosh, that movie's like 15 years old now. Yeah, he likes the disaster stuff. Bottom chowder already.
There is no...
So he hadn't seen 2012 yet, so we watched it.
There's no release date yet. We're just 2 days into pre-release testing.
I start giggling because I think about all the media craze. And then everybody's like, the world's gonna end.
Local theater just reopened a week ago. That's the little $3 theater that's in the SAD Mall that we call it, Port Square Mall. During the summer, they like to run like older kid movies, and they'll do like 1 or 2 airings a day of kids movie from like 5, 10 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, we used to have a theater like that. They closed it. It's like, I mean, sometimes it was only like $1.
You would be interested. There's a independent theater, one town over. It's got 15 screens. It's a big theater for being an independent. privately owned theater. But they do interesting things where they'll like, you can have your company could rent out a theater for a showing of a movie. You like have a private movie, and the kid's brace face doctor, she did that for her patients when one of the Star Wars movies was out. So it was like, you know, all of her patients could RSVP for a free ticket to this private showing. They also do special showings for autistic kids, where they don't dim the lights as much, or they don't dim the lights at all. Like the volume's not as loud, or it's just, you know, normal volume as opposed to movie volume, which is sometimes a bit overwhelming anyway. And then I think they also have times where, like, you could bring your console in and somehow hook it up and play on the giant movie screen.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Play Farm Sim on Theater 9.
See, you should do that. Like when you reach 100,000 subs, Klein, you should have like a live viewing, live premiere your video.
Oh yeah, okay.
I drive up there.
Come on.
So it's been a while since I did compost. We can put, is it straw, sugar beets?
And manure.
Gotcha. Is there a manure buy point on the map, or?
Definitely a sugar beet. Found that.
Straw wouldn't be hard because we could. That field 7 right there is all wheat. You could harvest it. Just put all the straw on there.
Animal dealer sells poo.
Gotcha.
And an overabundance of it. Both sides.
Is it the low spout like he had on EC? I haven't been down there yet. I need to just go look. You know, we could always just harvest field 37, right?
Big one. Hire what, like harvester?
Yep, just be carting, like somebody running the auger wagon, 2 people running trucks. Might have to recruit some more help. Top chopper's ready.
Oh, I moved over to fishing.
Copy that.
Seemed like there wasn't much of that fuel left.
Come on, Mr. JCB, up the hill.
Ah, the glorious autosave lag. It says it's the same load tree. We're using assets. Shortcut. Hey, is it Vilcast? How are you doing from Lithuania? Each of these bunkers should hold about 2 million packed full. Wow, 5:12 a.m. That's nearly morning. Like our collisions on the bunker silos are right on. Nothing leaking out the back. Look at that. Slip through the wall. Perfect. I think Emerald Coast is going to be getting an update soon, though, so you might. I don't know how soon that is soon, but it might be. Wait, might be worth the wait. Well, we'll need to make sure that you didn't put the, you didn't mess the bales up on that one too. Yeah, ATS, I can get burned out on ATS pretty quick. Oh, new state shows up, then it's all excitement again. %. How much is it? Others? Ah. Nebraska lands, that's a serious commitment. I do like how we've got like substations that at the various things that produce electricity. And obviously all the power lines are then tying into the large power lines that transect the map. Nebraska Lands is a big map with huge fields. Everything is flat. Particular area that is Nebraska Lands is set after is pretty flat. We look at the we looked at a topographical map one time of that area, and it would have topographical maps have lines to reflect elevation changes. And it would have a elevation line about every 2 miles. This is when I wish there was a quick and dirty console command to make this 100%. Like, we pretty much validated bunker's fine as far as its collisions go. Nothing's squeezing out the back of the side, so let's just move this up to 100%. Georgetown has a lot of trees and is mountainous. I don't think I necessarily realized that thing has a backup beeper to it. That's because the trees have a really big view distance set on them. I would say trees are the #1 frame killer in Farm Sim. Take a map that you're having frame issues with, delete all the trees, and I bet you frames won't be a problem. But it can basically break a map immersion wise without having any trees. And it can be a little disturbing in my mind, like on some of these forestry maps, where you can visually see the trees popping in because the view distances are short. So it's at 22, right? Catch 22. You want the map to run well, and you want the map to look well. Sometimes looking well and running well directly compete against each other. Here on this map, I've got my view distances just in general in the game set really, really far. We can see trees way off in the distance. Way over there by a cell point, we can still see those trees. Now we would get a lot better frames, for sure, I bet you, if those view distances were cranked down to where those trees weren't visible over there. It was just, they weren't there. But as you drove closer to the cell point, they would pop in. And the act of them popping in, I'd rather, in my opinion, lose a little bit of frameage, but the trees are there, and you get a better, as you get closer, you get more resolution on the trees. Move from a distant foliage to a near foliage. That was the choice that NitroDad made on Georgetown, was to have the trees not pop in. So if you were looking across the map, you would see a barren mountainside. $60. Two. Well, it's like those new trees. Mostly the new trees, I think, like these ones that are in front of us, have the curvy tree trunks. In my opinion, those new trees are not so hot. %. Back in the other bunkers. Gotta be just done. Yep, just about done. I think Radeon has VSync. VSync isn't a not an NVIDIA thing though. G-Sync is NVIDIA only. So anybody watching that's seen the SnowRunner live streams, earlier today I did finish out Alaska. Now that is at 100% and Michigan's at 100%. So now we are moving on to Russia. I think that one's at like 20 or 30% explored and opened up. Got us to that point. When we do get back to live streaming SnowRunner, we'll be running Russia maps. Yeah, SnowRunner. Like MudRunner, only a lot better.
Are the bunkers sellable? I don't think they are.
No. We learned in Emerald Coast testing.
Yeah.
Initially he made them that way. Learned that if they're sellable and they're pre-placed, whatever reason the collisions don't come in. So they have to be basically embedded in the map for the walls have their collisions like they're supposed to.
Yep, I remember, because if you place them afterwards, they're fine. Yeah.
Ah, easy.
Oh, the good old days of Emerald Coast testing. So long ago.
It was, but we learned so much.
So what's this with the Giants gonna self-publish maybe, or?
Maybe. I heard about it on the forums. Some guys had a random post about Giants announcing they were going to self-publish the game next time. Like, no reference to his source material. Like, what are you talking about? Where's this at? Like, it was in some Focus Home Interactive, quarterly report. I'm like, okay, where's this quarterly report? Basically linked to it. Basically said that Giants had let Focus know that they are investigating the potential of self-publishing their next release. But then it's went on to say, because it was a shareholder report for Focus, that in doing so would not affect the existing contract or the existing agreement between Focus and Giants with respect to, like, wasn't really creative content, something along the lines of that. Focus still had their hand in the pot, and not be Focus fronting money.
Gotcha.
100% finally.
Yeah, we got a lot of what ifs for FS21.
So far we got about 1 million liters of chaff. I mean, what I just covered in this one. Yeah, publisher usually fronts a lot of the money ahead of release development. Of course, they're key in setting up distribution network for physical media, advertising and marketing and everything like that. So Giants is going to be self-publishing. They're going to have more of a hand in the pot on those things also.
I mean, has Farm Sim always been Focus Interactive, or did they? I don't mean 17 it was. I just didn't know about earlier version.
I don't know. I have to lean on Will to know. Aaron, I don't know how far back it goes to 15. Back.
Very, very end of 13. And I never paid attention to that crap.
Oh, what are my thoughts on Stone Valley?
Did you get the one bunker compacted?
Yeah, the ones covered had 477,000, I think, in it. 600. Had $1 million between those two. It's an American map. I mean,
I'd say we're going to be close to 2 million.
I wasn't super. I wasn't like. Say, I'm not really interested in playing the map. Not that it's a bad map, it's just it doesn't seem to me like a map that I feel like I want to play. So the video I did was on the original release. I think was a 4X map. And then it's been downsized to standard size, but overall the field layout looked the same.
It's just a little high.
Just the map smaller.
Is this a drive-in?
It is. It's the drive-in. Check out the name of the movies.
I have to go check it out.
That's actually from Westbridge Hills, what the interior of this map is based on, and that's what Midtown 17 was at Westbridge Hills. Westbridge Hills, I think, was like one of the base maps, 15. That asset's come over from 15. Complete with heater, harvester. The movie names are funny. They're all farm related.
That's cool.
So
Now, Westbridge, was that a Giants map?
Will says he updated the drive-in so that the building is also an instant.
Be cool if it came on at night.
It would, it would be cool if it came on tonight and showed showed YouTube videos from a couple YouTube channels on the big screen. So, yeah, as far as Stone Valley, the 2X version was just the 4X version, half-sized. So the fields are smaller, but they're pretty much laid out the same. I think the new version maybe had animals, whereas the first original version didn't. But overall, it looked and felt the same. I didn't really feel like it really needed another video on it. Things were still where they were. They were closer together. So I think it's probably a perfectly fine American style map.
Oh no, the cows don't have any water.
For folks, if you're into that map, then by all means play it. I think we'll still have 21. I think it'll just release early in 21. So the Focus Home Interactive report that kind of broke the news that Farm Sim wasn't going to get an update in the fall of 20, like it would have been scheduled, basically said that there was going to be no new Farm Sim in the next fiscal year, in the next Focus Home Interactive's fiscal year. And in looking at the fiscal report, you can kind of deduce that the fiscal year for Focus Home Interactive runs from the 1st of April to the end of March. Kind of an interesting fiscal year. So what that means is that there would be no Farm Sim between April 1st, 2020 and March 31st, 2021. But who's to say that there wouldn't be a Farm Sim in May of 2021, June of 2021, or even August of 2021. And they elect to just name it 2021. Or would they go the route of some other big software companies and abandon the versioning entirely? Let's call it Farm Sim.
So you got your eyes on any games, Klein?
Anything new?
Yep.
Just telling the stream that I've finally closed out Alaska SnowRunner. Next, Russia. Kind of mentioned probably working videos on content stuff.
Yeah, every now and then I'll jump in and play, but I don't know. I just, it doesn't hold my interest as much as I thought it would. I said it's fun for me for about an hour or so, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you probably would. Yeah, for you, it's probably more of a it would be more of a multiplayer draw.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Like ATS, I think is a lot more fun multiplayer than it is single player, because it's the group factor of it. I don't know. Kind of looking at F1 2020. That's coming out later this month. But standpoint of when would I play it? Quite frankly, I don't. If I'm not putting content out, I'm not playing it. I just don't have time.
Yeah, that's kind of the boat I'm in.
Don't have time to just sit down and just play something for 3 or 4 hours. Just the simple act of playing it. More like I'm doing SnowRunner and not recording or streaming it. It's playing SnowRunner for the fact that I need to or want to advance to a different point. The next time I am doing it, stream or recording it, I'll be at a different point. So there didn't seem to be a lot of interest in the F1 videos, and take a fair bit of time to put together, because you got to do you got to learn the track. You got to be decent. You can't be being last everywhere.
Yep.
So for a 45-minute race, there might be 3.5 hours of prep time. And Red Dead, I got some way through chapter 3, and then I just stopped playing. I think I just ran out of time.
Yeah, that's really the last game I played just to play. I mean, I'll play, I still play World of Warships just every now and then. But usually only for like an hour, just a couple of matches. I played Mad Max today. Recorded a little bit of it. I like that game, it's fun.
Holy crap, this field goes on farther, huh?
Yeah.
That jerkiness, that's my system. I don't know what the heck. Right around 10:45 every day, it just goes to mush. And I can't even get Task Manager up to figure out what on earth's going on. So one day I just need to have Task Manager up. I can figure out what the heck's completely killing the system for a few minutes.
Yeah, I just wish Mad Max had wheel support. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a console port. I don't know if it originally came out on console, and then they made it available for PC. It seems like a game that would primarily designed for console plus controller. Yeah, right now my thought process. Right now my thought process on like something new comes out, I really need to think into it and focus like nearly all of my time into it, so I actually can finish it before I end up like getting 60 to some percent through it, then end up just completely abandoning it, because at that point you know, it's been out for 4 months and I'm only 60 of the way through it. Is there anybody really interested in seeing it anymore? Or get 60% of the way through it and then something else comes out that really grabs your interest, and then you just never get to it. And it's like you only ever do things like halfway and then you never finish it.
The other thing too is there's so many games that are early access, and you know, by the time the game is actually finished, final release, it's been around for like 3 years, and then nobody really gonna watch it. I understand the early access stuff from a developer standpoint, but man, ugh.
I did just hear Fortnite is now full release. Apparently that was been early access.
It's like Surviving the Aftermath. I want to keep playing it, but I mean, the nice thing about it is they actually have a update map. I mean, every month they're going to put out another one until I think October. I think they'll be done.
Well, it sounds like in August. I think they mentioned in August they were coming to Steam.
Okay.
And they mentioned, I think they've, painful as feel, I think they've extended how long they think they're going to be in early access, because they made some comment about, since they're coming to Steam in August or October, one of those two, they wanted to give the Steam player a chance to basically, like, not only just participate in the early access, but like provide feedback, and you know, like they maybe feel that being Epic exclusive at this point might be limiting their, not just exposure, but their community feedback. So it's like, you know, we're going to be early access for some period even after we go to Steam, to give the Steam community a chance to participate and comment in kind of molding the finish out of the game. But initially looked like a monthly update schedule that would coincide with like an October full release. I think we went 2 months without an update. Skipped a month. If that happens, that could drag it out until here.
Ugh. Because I was like, I'm gonna hold off for, you know, starting it back up.
But the last two updates really have modified things. With wild animals, having to dealing with wild animals in the colony map, and people attacking you, and now your citizens can get angry and basically start going around shooting spree and set fire to your buildings. Then you kind of have to not just explore the world map, deal with bad guys and fighting on the world map, but then you've got these random events. The last stream I did, funny because my youngest, for whatever reason, he didn't go to bed when he was supposed to. Next thing I know, he's grabbing a chair, pulling it up beside me, sitting and watching as we're streaming, okay? And he's just learning to read. And there was this random child comes to the gate. It basically said, this child's come to the gate, she's like crying and blah blah blah, has a sad story, doesn't know where her parents are, you let her in. So he was asking me, what's it say? So I told him what it said. Like, let her in. Sounds like a trick. I'll let her in. Next thing you know, like, the parents show up, they get all ticked off because you let her in the gate, and next thing you know, you got like a shoot fight inside your gate, like as this rival colony shows up, and some of your colonists have guns, some don't, and everything. I'm like, yep, see, look what I get for letting a little girl come into my map, come into my colony. So, you know, say there's things like that. Kind of add a new element. Hey Coronado, what's up? Arb's World, how you doing?
Then even you know, that game I just got, Dawn of Man, it's a finished release, but there's an update for it coming soon. I guess where they're adding armor.
Yeah. Yeah, like the one guy I watch on YouTube posts a lot of videos about free stuff for games. He posted something about some big Horizon, some big console exclusive. Maybe it was a PS4 exclusive coming to PC next month. New Dawn Horizon, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. That sounds like that would be one of the big popular things. Seem like a game I would be in. All the hype of Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, but I don't know. Games that are heavy story driven like that, it's hard to. I don't know. I don't know. A game that's rich in story like that, it's like, do I want to watch somebody play it or do I just want to play it? Yeah, I think Cyberpunk will be like a Red Dead. I'll take a month, play it nonstop, and then, okay, I'm done. I would have really gotten into the Red Dead Online. I was having a lot of fun with it, but it was just... I mean, I got tired of getting kicked off the server every 10 minutes, and then people started hacking. You'd be in there.
There was a comment in chat. Single player was good. Multiplayer, it was fairly shallow. Wasn't very deep gameplay. More repetitive. Like, get in and do your dailies and do whatever the weekly contest was or the weekly event. Earn credits or whatever.
See, I wanted to use the multiplayer more as just a platform to kind of make a story up. You know, just kind of like a life of a frontier guy kind of deal. It was just, I really wish that you had the multiplayer environment on a single player server, kind of like on a private server.
Yeah.
Because then you could create, I think it would be really good for content creators if that was available.
Yeah, if you can have a private Red Dead Online environment.
I mean, with all the NPC elements, you know, because then you could be a moonshine runner and tell a story. I mean, you could get creative. But the problem is like every time I'd have this script wrote out, I'd start working on it, I'd start recording it, then I'd get kicked from the server, or I'd get like lassoed by some randoms. Just like,
You'd walk in the bar and talk English, and the chick behind there'll be talking German.
It just, I don't know. I just was like, I deleted it. It's gone. It's off my hard drive. So, I don't know. I really enjoy games that create a platform for you to be creative in.
Oh, Giants editor.
Not that creative. I just can't get used to it. It's just, I don't know.
There's enough people that have the Giants editor bug.
I don't know. It's just so counterintuitive. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm trying to use it, but I can get in and delete items. I can place a couple items. That's about it. That's everything Darren taught me.
Yeah, I avoid the editor as much as I can. But I'm probably going to be picking up this little game that I know you know of called Void Bat.
You gonna play that one? It's fun for a while.
How much is that bunker gun?
Over 1,050,000, almost 1.1.
We're almost done the field, but 2 or 3 trailer loads.
Yeah, there's damage. There's a wear element, typically based on hours used, where the paint will chip. It's all different depending on the model and stuff. Kind of see a little bit here on the fork. Paint's starting to wear off. It's fairly innocuous on base game things. But it's pretty subtle.
My kid today, he was like, "Dad, you know what you need to do? He goes, you need to create a Minecraft world. It looks exactly like a farm sim map." I was like, "You know how long that'll take?"
Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah, Dungeons is fun. Again, it's another one though. I don't have time to. I've played it a little bit. I plan on playing it more. I got a lot going on. Summer's hard for me. It's just tough. During the school year, everybody's gone. The kids are at school, the wife's at work, there's nobody in the house, it's just me. I'm all alone for like 7 hours.
Oh, have they told you what their school's going to be?
Not yet.
Oh. So we got the notice a couple weeks ago. We filled out a survey. Then you feel like, did you even read the answers? Or you just do what you wanted and you gave us a survey to make us think we were providing feedback.
That's probably a record statement.
You know how this goes. So, So K through 12. I don't know how you do kindergarten. It's gonna be hard enough to do first grade. Monday will be remote learning for everyone. And then the students will be split up into, let's say, Group A or Group B. Group A will be in school Tuesdays and Thursdays, and remote Wednesday and Friday. Group B will be in school Wednesday and Friday and remote Tuesdays and Thursdays also. So that means everyone will be remote 3 out of the 5 days a week. And then they look out for us parents so well. Because they said, we will try. Not that we will try. In households with multiple students, to have your students in the same group. And I feel like replying back, so they, well, don't try so hard that, you bust a hernia or something. I mean, I know it's going to be hard. Take kids with the same last name and the same mailing address and say they're both Group A. I mean, that's pretty dang hard. I mean, I got a college degree, and it doesn't seem that obvious to me how to do that. Let alone have an actual education degree. You probably need a doctoral degree in education to figure out how to do that. So, we both work at the same educational institution. Oh, look, we're in education too. We know how you do things. So, she's in the police department. I'm in the IT department. We're both kind of important jobs. So it's like, if you have 2 working parents, both work first shift, how do you manage having a elementary age kid learning at home 3 days a week? You know, let alone the fact that I've got a high school kid who's, she could, oh wait, we have the choice. I forgot this. We have a choice. We could be remote all the time, or we could go to this hybrid model. And they seem so intelligent that they've actually given this hybrid model its own name, a high flight. Hybrid wasn't fancy. So, in high school, she could be full remote, other than the fact that she wouldn't interact with any of her fellow students, without any issues. But I can't ask an 11th grader to do her schoolwork and make sure her brother, who's in 1st grade, stays on task.
I'm stuck. I have to hit me.
Right?
Push me out. Oh, I hear you, yeah.
So it's like, what do we do? What is a single parent, let alone 2 parents that work the same shift? What does a single parent do when, let's say we've got somebody that has their own small business. I don't think she has an employees. Runs her own small business. And she has 2 boys. Both are in elementary school. Both would be, hopefully, the same shift, A or B, but still forced to be at home 3 days a week for homeschooling. Well, you can't exactly only work 2 days a week and still have enough money to be able to afford, rent on her small business wherever she's leasing a building and pay her own mortgage and everything else. So, yeah, it's all fine and dandy. You want to be concerned about kids' health, but you also need to be concerned that this isn't viable. This isn't long term. This is not a sustainable solution.
Here's the thing, and I could be completely wrong, but I haven't seen anything that shows any evidence where there's any real danger to children. In fact, there isn't really any danger to anyone under a certain age. I mean, the flu is more dangerous for kids than COVID-19 is.
All right, Adam, check you later.
I just say let them go back to school. But
Yeah, so I got a guy that works for me. He's in a different school district. His school district has decided 4th and up will be 100% remote. And the only reason I know that his kid's in 4th grade is because it's a problem. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what age she is. And he works at the college. He does AV installs, so in support. So it's not like you could be remote installing classroom technology. And his wife works at a custom ink. Any commercials about custom ink?
mm-hmm.
So she works with custom ink, making custom T-shirts and other things. You can't exactly do that at home, right? And they're both on first shift. So we're back to this. You leave a 4th grade student at home to be responsible enough to do her own schoolwork 5 days a week, when neither parent can necessarily be at home. And everything. And then how much do you lean on other family if you have other family? How much can you lean on them? Because maybe they got to do their own thing. So,
Yeah, we had a discussion here in our house. My wife didn't like it, but she works part-time at the school cafeteria. You still streaming or?
yep.
I won't get too
We're
detailed.
on our last load here.
Here, long story short, she really doesn't make any money. She makes like a little bit above minimum wage. She gets paid for like 25 hours a week. And
I thought you said you got leftover bologna.
we do. We get a lot of leftover food. But I told her, I said, it's not worth it. I said, we made a deal a long time ago when we first got married, before we had kids, and I said, I'm not gonna be dad all week and then work all weekend. It's not gonna. I said it's not gonna happen. So she goes, so what? I'd quit my job? I said, yeah. If the kids are gonna be home like 4 or 5 days a week, yeah, you're quitting your job.
Well, apparently their chili con carne or whatever really sucks that you haven't been to her way of thinking yet.
I just told her, I said, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
So yeah,
I love being with my kids, but I'm not gonna be dad, teacher, housekeeper all week long while she's working at the school because she still has to work, even though there's no kids there, because they have to make lunches for people to pick up, because people apparently, without the school system, people can't feed their children. So she still has to go into work. I was just like, it's not, the little bit of money they pay you, it's not worth it for me.
Yeah, it's almost like you're volunteering. The genetics, apparently, if you're lucky enough to be in Group A, you're in school 3 days a week, 3 days out of the 5, If you're in Group B, you're only in school 2 days a week. That seems to be fair. Because, I don't know, I gotta think in-person teaching is going to be more impactful than not in-person teaching. Now you're going to see better scores out of Group A people than Group B people because they've had an extra day of person instruction.
And then my child, one of my child, has a IEP and special education class. So I mean, his curriculum is completely different. Than he receives speech therapy through school. I mean, he does all. So I mean, what's going to happen there? They're going to be like, oh, well, you have to drive him here for his speech therapy lessons on these days, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. Just let the kids go to school. This may sound heartless, but 88-year-old Mamaw is going to be dead in 10 years. Okay, it's.
This bunker got a great job. 1.2 million liters. You can definitely see where the top is. Definitely got a nice tabletop there. Compact. And on those notes, guys, thanks for tuning in. We will not be streaming, like I said, tomorrow night on July 4th stuff. But I don't see why we won't be back here on the Sunday night.
Wrong about that. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. Happy
Midtown.
farming. Check you out tomorrow.
So, not tomorrow. We're going to be doing July 4th stuff. Until Sunday, happy farming.